Drowsy. Drowsy. Man a godfather. Man a drowsy. My money so long it doesn't know me. Boasty. Drowsy. Man a godfather. Man a drowsy. Money so long it doesn't know me. Boasty. Boasty. Man a godfather. Man a boasty. Yes. What's good, War Piglet? How are we? Drowsy. Drowsy. Man a godfather. Man a drowsy. I'm a bit drowsy. Feel a bit shit. He's in. He's on. He's over. He's here. Badgers unite. The thunderclap, and you know it, Yes, Brett, my old mucker. Oh, Jackie boy, the pipes are calling. What was the how did you end up last night after our fucking debacle? I can't remember. Oh, they got fucking panged at the 3-0. Sorry about that, Brett, to be fair. Apologies for bringing it up, but we're drowsy. Man a godfather. Man a drowsy. The Thunderbrats. And you know it, and you know it. You're a bit under the weather. Feel shit. My head's panging. But we've got to move back because we've got some greatness to let in, haven't we? So get that badger. Oops, it is it. In and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness. And as you well know, we've got Arsenal and Liverpool on it background. We've got plenty to talk about, to be fair. I've not seen Farker's presser because I've been a busy bee about Derby at the weekend, which I will be going to the game. I don't know if anybody's going to game. Obviously, it's an away day, which you don't get too many in the current climate. Not necessarily the financial climate that we're in, which is also, a participant of why people can't go to games. But it's just impossible to get a fucking ticket to an away game. But we have managed it. So my mate sorted me out, Big Steve. So shout out to Steve for sorting me that out. Get in and on and over here, 78 RPM. You know it, mate. Smash a like for us, Appreciate you, brother. Legendary MVG already in. Crazy dude, you are a mentalist. Hello, been a while, mad couple of weeks. How was everybody's Christmas and New Year? Shout out to Legendary MVG, 1, 2, 3. Nobody do it how we does it. Never did, never done, never do. Had a mint Christmas, dude. I know you're asking everybody, but just hectic, to be fair. I still think I'm a bit drained from it, which sounds whack because it's 8 days later, but what's the film? 30 days later or whatever, 24 hours later or whatever the fuck it's called. So maybe this is the 8 days later, but let's get this back. Fucking down, everybody down around here. This is for you, MVG 7807. Appreciate you, brother. 1, 2, 3. Legendary. Shout out to Legendary MVG. I've got the Coffles. Got the Schnoggles. Nobody do it how we does it. Don't know what disappoints me more, Sunderland's penalty or the fact you let the Mags off the hook. The penalty's mad one, isn't it, to be fair, Brett? We didn't let him off the hook, in fairness, Brett. I'm not. We're going to talk quite a bit about Newcastle, I think, because I don't know what I watched last night. There's so much going on there. Terrible ball out from Alisson there. Gokares offside. Yes, BMG. Yo, Jack, I sent you a Facebook message a week or two ago with all the various 11s so far. Did you get it? No, I did not, BMG. I don't go on Facebook, mate. Like, I haven't been on for about 6 years. So it's fallen on dead ears, brother. Apologies, man. I go on Instagram a bit or Twitter. But that'd be mint if you could, because I'll get them mocked up and we can have a rundown of them, can't we? But please do do that, BMG. Try and get them to me. Email me them or whatever. But I don't go on Facebook, brother. So apologies, but thanks for sending them. Yes, Andrew Thompson, what's good, big man? BMG in the building. Tim Mason, hey up, big man. How's it going? Hey, how's it going? I'm sick after that result, as I was convinced we had drawn until I checked the result after the game and still but saw overthrowing the game away. It's mental. Were we 3-2 up with, like, in the 91st minute? I'm pretty sure it was like, because it's a bit of a whirlwind for me. Fucking hell, we were 3-2 up in the 91st minute. It's so unlucky that. And then to throw it to throw it 90 plus 12 with that dickhead Harvey Barnes who just literally just cannot stop scoring goals against us. I thought we rode us luck, to be honest, a little bit from the set pieces and stuff. I think Perry's so bad. He just sticks on his. I mean, whether he's so bad or not, I don't want to just bash him because there's no need, but I'm going to bash him for a moment because there's every need. But he just does not come off his line for love of the money. It's like, and then, you know, fine if you don't want to come off your line. He sort of rode his luck, got away with a few just sort of hit him. I can't take any more of them star jumps. Of that, there's no doubt. What I'm certain of is that I can't take any more of them star jumps. He's just online. He's just going like he thinks he's Peter Schmeichel or something. He's watched some videos and somebody told him that Peter Schmeichel were good back in there. But they had 62% possession. It says here, and it didn't feel like that, did it? It didn't feel like we only had 38%. Because I thought for large portions of the game we dominated. Really, I know they were probably second half maybe a bit of a blur for me, but the first 30 minutes I thought we were far better than them. They had more shots on target, more possession, more passes. More corners, because them corners got really, really leery at one point, and they started to, you know, they were a bit mental, wasn't it? Everybody includes yourself, Jack. Yes, indeed, MVG. Appreciate you, brother. But you never know in this world, do you? But yeah, it was a good Christmas, man. New Year, we're busy. It's just I just work all the time. Now I'm back at work, normal work as well as working weekends. So you know, it's not felt like much of a break. That's why I'm drowsy. Man of Godfather, man of drowsy. My money's so long it doesn't know me. Drowsy. Man of Godfather, man of drowsy. We did discuss the goalie situation pre-match. All the breaking news happens here. Struggling Voldemort, and you know it, War Piglet. He's so negative, man. Just a few tweets. It's like madness. Yeah, he knew the run was coming to an end, though, bless him. And then also said something, I can't remember what he said after the game. Is there any positive to take from this game? I just think like I don't even know if he's being sarcastic at this point, but if you don't think there's positives to take from yesterday, you're either pissed in head or I hope Arsenal are in here. Edge up box, Trossard. I want Liverpool to get a result here because I really don't want Arsenal to win the league. It's not Arsenal. I used to like Arsenal when I was a kid. But I used to obviously prefer them to Man U. But I just can't stand fans. I just don't want them to win. Dickheads all the time. Gavin Parry said subs timing cost us last night. Bournemouth should have come on at 2-3. But to be fair, Farker did mention the fact, you know, whoever gets the result that day, the manager's going to get in trouble. The other manager's going to get in trouble. But, you know, I'll take the subs or whatever. That's fine, Gavin. Because I think you've got a valid point, you know, to be fair. But the one thing that I don't understand is the basketball game and the fact that Farker couldn't shut up shop and stuff. And I know Eddie Howe was probably chasing the game, but he was involved in the basketball game as well, and he couldn't stop it. Newcastle didn't want a basketball game, did they? They wanted to control more than they did. You know, it was a hectic game. It's like some games are just like that. You can't do now about it. Andrew Thompson, immense game last night. Don't think I've got over it yet. I was exhausted at the end. Me and my brother genuinely went downstairs and the bird were like, you two look at him. We were like, well, I was genuinely exhausted. I still maybe am. Like I was reliving it a few times and normally I'm not bothered about what's going on radio, like Talk Sport, but I want to hear what people are saying about us really. Because, you know, there's some receipt holders, isn't there, hopefully. So we got so much shit at the start of the season. And I remember saying at the start of the season about, like, you know, how Farker actually normally, historically for him even, takes time to get into the season a little bit. And we've 100% hit the ground running now. I can't be asked for this derby game on Sunday on the basis that I want to get stuck back into a big game, really, and see if we bounce back. Because, you know, you want to get back on a run, don't you? 7, really. It feels like more than a loss yesterday. Just because there was, you know, they're taking the point by the end of it, obviously, once the penalty goes in. But, you know, but it's better to, I think I sort of said this last night, I think, to my brother, it's better to lose like that when we've been playing so well for weeks. I'd rather lose like that than be shit. But when you're playing really well and you're losing a lot, there's no consolation in that. But because we've been so good for so many weeks now, I feel as though it's the best way to lose. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes I think it can be more disheartening when you're playing really well and you just can't pick a result up. Whereas obviously we've been unbeaten in 7, played some proper top teams as well. Is your email address available? I think it's in the bio below, BMG. You know, in the info below. I think I've got my email in there somewhere. Oh shit! No, I don't think I do. It is available, yeah. I don't know. Will it let me type it in on here? I don't know. Let me know if you've got it, BMG. Two of your lads that got subbed off combined in the 79th minute to score. Well, Farker actually said at the end, he said he shouldn't have bothered bringing him off, Stack and Aronson and stuff. But I think Stack were dead on his feet, to be fair, and Aronson were cramping up. Yeah. 78 RPM. I've recovered from last night. We all knew we will lose more than we win. And I'd rather go down fighting in a cracker than not turn up and lose. That there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that says cracker. So, cracker. Polly want a cracker. I'd absolutely, much rather have that game. You know, it would deflating, but it's only deflating because of the ecstasy that's gone all the way through the game, isn't it? Because tell you what is really deflating, getting beat 3-0. That's really deflating. And that's not sly at you, by the way, Brett. That's just a coincidence that I picked 3-0. Yes, Arse Reports, good big man. Yes, legendary. I was at the game last night. Mint, I didn't know you were there. And not in the away end either. It was not a good time. Legendary MVG, me and my brother were jostling whether or not to go in home end or try get a ticket in home end. And we deemed it too risky. And truth be told, in them type of games, I would not have been able to keep my mouth shut whatsoever. I got my head caved in. There were too much riding on that. Too many Aronson moments to be silent in home end. I couldn't have done it. So you're a stronger man than me, MVG. That rhymes also. Yes, Dick Dastardly, what's good, brother? Good Xmas and New Year, ass ripper. Dick Dastardly, Perry. Might as well bring Silent S back. Well, you know, his distribution's poor, his shot stopping's poor, his in the box leadership or whatever you would call it, how he commands his box is probably one of the worst I've seen, genuinely, and I don't want to be too exaggerative, but he's genuinely probably the least powerful keeper I've seen in an 18-yard box in my whole life, including like at the dog standard we've all played at and that Sunday League hype. We well lost second half, to be fair. Well, yeah, still got us to 3-2. It's a madness yesterday, isn't it? Yes, Julian Airy. Oh, chance there. I don't know what happened, so I wasn't really looking. Yes, Julian Airy. Evening all. All I can say is gutted but proud. Absolutely, Julie. That is a theme in it going forward for Leeds United in general, I think. Gutted but proud, which I'll take. Saka really whining and dining here. Cuts it back to no avail. Liverpool to pump it forward. Saka's just had, I don't know who we're up against there, but he just had him on toast. MVG getting the love he deserves. Andrew Thompson, Perry's decision making is very poor. I say play Darlow in the cup and leave him in the team. I fully agree, Andrew Thompson. It's an opportunity now to get Darlow in Sunday and keep him in for the foreseeable. Farker sort of even called Perry out a little bit, which is unlike him as well, as we all know. He does sort of defend and back the keepers, doesn't he? And, well, the players in general, but even more so the keepers. I think he backed Mez last year because Mez is young. I think he knew that we were dominating games, and it was, you know, I think he hoped he could ride it out. But now we need a keeper that can save simple shots. And Perry doesn't seem to be that guy. So I think, you know, he's calling the player out. Because I think that the fourth goal is really bad for me. It's just, it takes him forever to get down. It's like watching Eiffel Tower go. Justin James seems pretty good. Yes, I thought it was good yesterday. Dick Dastardly nearly nicked a goal, didn't he? Again, with this idea of defensive work, my brother was saying last night about, you know, the left back delivering it to the right back for you know, and hitting the crossbar that is not um that's not defensive football, is it? Perry punching the ball out was the start of the decline. I know he should have just left it, shouldn't he, Astrip? He'd not come out to claim all else. So I don't know why he started. He's a character from Harry Potter, Brett. I have three ideas for tonight's 11 from some we've not completed: the ugly 11, the sick note 11, or the double barreled 11. You choose, Jack. I'll do a poll. Poll this baby up. We will poll this baby up. Um, Start a poll. Which 11? Ugly, ugly. I'm gonna put ugly, like ugly, ugly, ugly. The sick note 11 and the double barreled 11. Sick note and double barreled. Start that puppy up. Get that poll in and on and over here. We've also sorted it, I think, where it's one feed this week, haven't we, guys? So I've stopped being a moron and I've claimed it. I've sorted it. Tim Mason says Darlow back in the nets, I reckon. He had an opportunity, didn't he, when Perry got injured to keep Darlow in and he didn't do it. And it's, you know, Darlow might have dropped a few clangers and all, you never know, but it's for me, it's Perry, but it's the hiding Perry does where he's sort of getting away with stuff, and you just think eventually, you know, he's just shit. He's just shit. Honestly, you know, we're drowsy, man a godfather, man a drowsy, and he's a drowsy bloke. Lloyd said the other night on his live that he's just a bit chilled out and stuff, and there is a bit of an element of that where it's like I'll just stay out of the way, and then the way he celebrates when I just spoke to another close friend, which I'll remain in nameless. I don't know if he'll want me naming who it is, but he just said, you know, like he was about, you know, he was quite aggressive towards the final goal, and then just put, but at least he celebrates when we concede a corner, which he does for some reason seem to go around every single defender and congratulate them for conceding the corner. It's like, thank you so much for keeping that ball as far away from me as physically possible. It's crazy. He does not want to come and claim anything. And there was that moment, because I actually think fuck the problem off that he gives us at 4-3, the goal that he basically lets in. There's a couple of opportunities for him to get on top of the ball. I think there's one where Aronson's run all the way back and he ends up clearing it, and that he should be out, should have his arm up against Aronson, get him out of the way like Badger style like this, and say, I'm getting on, and just get on top of it and stop it. And he can waste 30, 40 seconds there. And I know everybody says, oh, 9-second rule or whatever, but you can waste some time, let them get out, put ball down, pump it long. There was another one where a cross got whipped in, and he was that offended that it came into his 6-yard box, he opted to punch it. There was nobody around him. The ball was whipped in, but, you know, any competent keeper can catch that or do that thing where they sort of bounce it down, where they, you know, they grab it and they don't try and catch it in order to fuck it up. And to go to punch it, double-fisted punch across when it's at sort of at chest height seems even more difficult than it would be just to sort of put the top of your hands on it. You could have pushed it away. There were nobody, everybody on edge at 18-yard box. And I do think Newcastle sort of saw that he wasn't coming for anything. Like when Murphy was on the ball every single time, Gordon to some extent were doing it, but he was sort of cutting more in on his right, wanting to go for goal. But Murphy was just delivering the ball across the front of goal every time he got on ball. And Darlow, Perry, you just knows not coming for it. It's terrifying goalkeeping. Voldemort is not a Leeds United fan. I'm convinced of it. Exhibit A, Benjamin Bloom asked the panel to name their favourite Premier League Brazilian player. After giving it some thought, Voldemort ended. Choosing Janino. Rafinha didn't cross his mind as an option. Fake fan. The prosecution rests. Love it, MVG. I think it's just, you know, just is what it is, isn't it? It's just horny for clicks, isn't he? I think. The moan about last night is a madness, and to want us to lose. Ultimately, I think it helps some people, and it also makes them correct because they've all been Farker outers, haven't they? Even when we were getting 100 points, they were secretly Farker out. They just didn't say it. Just stand on what you actually think. But when I suppose when you don't believe in anything, well, they say you don't believe in anything, you'll fall for anything. Or don't believe in nothing, you'll fall for anything, whatever the saying is. But if you don't believe in alt, then you don't need to think alt. You don't need to stand on alt there and just say, well, I thought that and I still do, regardless. And then people now do it a bit with Farker and they go like, no, I've always been Farker out. I've always said Farker out, like, and I'm still saying it, like, yeah. Sometimes you got to come around the other side of that as well. I think he just needs to take him out, arse ripper, doesn't he? Aronson was my fucking throat's hurting, guys. Aronson was great again. Those blaming him for the pen need a reality check. It's just super unlucky in it. RPM strikes again, and also he's done enough in the past couple of games to warrant. Well, past 5 or 6 games has been brilliant. He's so unlucky for him. You could see how gutted he was. He can't catch a break, can he? He's putting all these performances in, and then he's got that moment against Man United. Then Perry lets him down. Does them two borderline world class finishes, like top class finishes at worst. And then obviously at Penn, and then Perry lets him down again. Maybe he just don't want Aronson inside. We overpaid for Perry. We overpaid for Okafor, and clubs will be taking the piss with paying top prices for average players. We overpaid for Perry because he came in the door, didn't he? As soon as he walked through the joint, it was very apparent. Honestly, the first game, Everton, I just thought they were clunking ball about while they're on ball. I thought, oh, I don't know about this guy. Big, massive, stupid ass that he's got. And I just thought, he can't come and collect anything. He looks like a debt collector, doesn't he? He looks like Doug the Bounty Hunter or whatever he's called him. Dog the Bounty Hunter, whatever he's called. But it turns out he's like Tinkerbell when it comes to his commanding box. So, but no chance. R.I.P. Terry Yorath. Yes, indeed. I can't pronounce his name. But yeah, that was big news today, wasn't it? I now know. Harry Potter, mate. BNG, lots to unpack from last night. The obvious one is why not bring on Tanaka for Stack? Why Okafor? I think he hopes that Okafor could get at the game had opened up a little bit, hadn't it? And I think he hoped that Okafor would run at a few players and sort of make that face at him, like get at him a little bit. But obviously it didn't really prevail, did it? But I don't think it was. Personally don't think Farker got it wrong last night. I just think it was a wild game. Yes, Roller Blunt, evening all. How are we? Feeling good after a great run of results. Bring on the second half of the season, and we are ready for it, my man, aren't we? We are certainly ready for it, Roller Blunt. It's been hell of a season thus far, and like I say, bar Arsenal, which were turgid, Burnley, which we were just shit in it, and we actually had a few opportunities we just couldn't create. Notts Forest and Brighton, other than them 4 games, I think we've been extremely competitive in all. So, agree, Jack. We lost having a go, but Perry fixed it up for everyone. Exactly, arse ripper. We had a proper go, didn't we? And really, ultimately with these away games, we've been losing a lot of away games, haven't we? Oh, pass back. He's nearly put it in his own net. You think the keeper is hit the bar? Oh my God, is it Gakpo? Cleared. Fucking hell. Bradley loses ball edge at box. Fucking hell, that were a bit of madness there. Liverpool, Arsenal getting a little bit edgy at back, maybe. Yeah, we definitely had a go. We've been losing games away from home, haven't we, anyway, so might as well just go for it. Because, we lost. I actually thought, we'd probably get done over 2-0 jobby or something days before. And to compete like we did and to go in front 3 times and then to lose like that is, extremely cruel, and it's an extremely cruel league, isn't it, that we're in. The only way to sort Perry out is to not play him in goal and play Mesley ahead of him. Definitely, the only way to sort Perry out is, unfortunately, to drop him. Caught before or something. Madeline McScrant. Voldemort is a character from Harry Potter. I can't believe how many people don't know who Lord Voldemort is. The character from Harry Potter. Tim Mason. That result could have gone either way last night. It was 50-50. We won half. It's all right effort, that on Dink. It's come off at bar. If anybody that doesn't know, it's Arsenal-Liverpool I'm on about here. BMG, even a draw would have felt bleak, but we'd be quite positive still. We're unlucky to concede 2, even though they had lots of pressure. Yeah, we sort of soaked it up, as I say, but we did also ride his luck a little bit. There were a few corners where I just thought, what is going on? There was that one where I think they hit bar or they did post and it hit Perry while he were on the floor, and it were all just like absolute carnage on it. Just thought, I don't know how this hadn't gone in, just sort of waiting for it net to bulge while Perry's doing his star jumps. 78 RPM says, can't write Okafor off in his first season at Leeds in the Prem and indeed playing left wing. This is it, man. You don't know that we might get a little bit more out of him in the second half of the season as well. I think he showed glimpses in the first few games where he might give us something. And then it sort of did waver, didn't it? It has wavered a little bit past. I don't know if it's wavered. He's not been quite as effective. Well, he's not been anywhere near as effective as Aronson, for instance. Which nobody would have thought you'd have said that at the start of the season. He's been extremely effective, on Aronson. So, in comparison to Okafor as well. So, but yeah, I think Okafor's a decent player. He's good on ball, isn't he? But and he tries to get at his defender. I don't know how successful his dribbling stats are or whatever. He's not as successful as you'd sort of want, but he does once or twice a game. He'll get past his right back, won't he, and deliver a ball. So there's definitely options. Have you got Twitter, BMG? We should play Mesley instead of Perry and have Darlow as our number one. Darlow needs to come in, doesn't he? Madeline McScran, I do believe I've answered that. Are you getting panicky? It's just that I've nobody ever seen Harry Potter. This is crazy. It's a character. It's like the main. Obviously, Harry Potter's the main character in Harry Potter, but Voldemort's like the bad guy in Harry Potter. I thought this was common knowledge. I thought Harry Potter was one of like the best-selling books. I mean, I've never read one. I've only ever seen one at films, but even I know who he is. It's shocking. You'll be asking me who Donald Trump is next, or who Pope is. Although I don't know Pope's name, so although he's Voldemort's real name, who knows? Fucking throat's killing, guys. MVG 123 legendary. Had one of our players scored the winner instead of Barnes, I might well have found myself in a lot of trouble because that would have been impossible to bottle up. Exactly that, MVG. Yeah, I bet your skin must have been burning inside. As in, I know your skin's on the outside, but the inside of your skin burning. It's like when you get told some bad news or whatever, or like somebody's I don't know, you find out your bird's been cheating on you or something via somebody in the pub, and you get like that. Your blood feels like it goes like to edge of your skin. It's an awful feeling. I don't know if anybody's ever had that where you find something out and it goes up, and you you feel like you're turning into a plum. Well, it's society's plum. It's don't know. AO knows what day it is. I'm starting to come round to your way of thinking on Perry. I don't think he's been hideous yet, but he's getting there. It's as I say, he's lack of commitment to coming out and to actually just making a fully fledged decision and making a full blown twat of himself. I'd rather he did that than what he's doing, because he's like so indecisive. That Man U one, he just sort of he ambles out, doesn't he, rather than just coming out making a full blown twat of himself. He comes out just a little bit, and it's neither here nor there. Makes decision for that Cunha, who just then obviously just slides it home. If he stays on his line, Cunha still gets his shot off, but he stayed on his line. If he comes all the way out and he doesn't quite get to Cunha probably still scores the goal. But to just be in no man's land in the middle of nowhere is inexcusable for me. How about the combined over 40s? Is there enough? Is there enough, Brett? Could only think of a few over 40s. This Strachan played till they were over 40. Not bad. Ryan Giggs played over 40, did he? How old were Hernandez when he stopped? Ronaldo's over 40. Is Ronaldo over 40? Yeah, there's a fair few then, to be fair, off the top of my head. Genuinely believe 3 players, a centre-back, a wing-back and a keeper, unless Perry gets a Roy Keane complex overnight and becomes a wanker, then we may drop some points. We're in a good place. We really are. We're really in a good place. Leslie is out of here, says 78 RPM. If he don't move, he should be dumped out of the squad and be a bencher in the under-21s. He's definitely on his way out. I didn't see the presser today, Arse Ripper, so I'm not sure. But that became a bit of a worry, didn't it, really? I sort of played it down the other day, but 3 games on bounce is getting a bit, because he never actually alluded it to being a bad injury, did he? So, but I doubt, my brother said yesterday it's potentially, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, as in, like, Parker's making his statement to say, I don't want Bogle going. There could well be a potential of that. So, I don't know. BMG keeping Perry in now is rather like the sunk cost fallacy, which you can Google if you aren't familiar with it, Jack. And you know it. You knew this would have to be a Google job, didn't you? Sunk cost fallacy. The phenomenon whereby a person is reluctant to abandon a strategy or course of action because they have invested heavily in it, even when it's clear that the abandonment would be more beneficial. The sunk cost fallacy. It's sunk cost fallacy would be Mez, wouldn't it? I don't know if he's at that with Perry. I think if he doesn't drop Perry, he's going to drop Perry for Derby, isn't he? But if he doesn't drop Perry long term, or at least for a few games, then I agree, he's got the sunk cost fallacy, which I'll forget, unfortunately, what that is, BMG. Like, I'll forget how to pronounce it, forget the phrase. I actually appreciate the education there. It's nice. You know it. He's hanging off for a payoff. Fucking yes, Mingy. Thank you, Mingy. How fucking gut wrenching was that bonus? Appreciate you, Mingy. Thank you, dude. Yeah, it was mental evening. Mental end. Trossard just wide. Horrible. Ugly 11. Euro and Palmer. Are we allowed to go old players like Tevez? Ronaldinho were pretty ugly, wasn't he? I'd say overall. Roller Blunt was a good watch along yesterday, bro. You two should start a weekly show and chat general football stuff coming up. Be a good watch. He won't come on with me, Roller Blunt. Keep trying to get him to, but because it were, he comes to watch a few games with me at home. My gaff, he were like, oh, you can go live, yeah, go on then, be all right. He'll do it. But if I could get him to do a weekly podcast, I'd be buzzing, man. But he's hard man to pin down, so the bastard. But yeah, appreciate it, Roller Blunt. I appreciate you. Shout out to the one feeters, BMG. Yeah, we've got it sorted, mate. We're all landscape, baby. Phil Neville, Tony Adams, absolutely. Gary Neville gets in there as well. Peter Beardsley. Who else is minging? Oh, I've got a headache. Fucking everything, guys. It's awful. I feel like shit. A few times Perry has been really hesitant and gotten away with it. I know that's the problem, BMG. I think if he got exposed a few more times, everybody would sort of sign out with it. But he's been doing it a lot and getting away with it quite a lot, which is maybe, you could maybe go, he's a percentage player, isn't he? And he just refuses to make a decision because he's hoping that the other team thinks he's going to make a decision, or the opposing player thinks he's going to make a decision, and then nobody makes a decision. I'm hoping you're as indecisive as I am, because if you were me, then I'd be you, and I'd be using your body to not make a decision with. Oh. Put stuff out, boys. What are we on about here? Perry identifies as a starfish. He's a jumping jack, isn't he, mate? You must think, fucking hell, I'm so massive like this. I must think this. How can this ball possibly go in? I don't need to come off my line, because as soon as I starfish, as soon as I do my fucking jumping jack, nothing can get past me. Holidays flew by. Aye, they always do, don't they, MVG? Ronaldinho, I agree. Not the best looker. Frank Ribery, he's not good looking. Hey up, Peter White. What's good, big man? Easy. Tabletop goalkeeper stuck to the line. Absolutely. Pub football, innit? How are we getting on with Paul? Who's dominating Paul? Ugly's currently on 44%. We'll leave it for a few more votes, and then we'll call the poll when you read this, Jack, so we can have time to compile it. Right? Let's call it. 28 votes will do. What? 43%. We're going ugly. Ugly. Go ugly. Give me 2 seconds, boys. I'm just gonna blow my nose. So I'm gonna kick myself out so you don't have to hear me. Nothing suspicious going on here. The poll has been called, BMG. We are in the building. Madeline McScran. Oh, you're on about Connor. School playground bully boy tactics. I mean, I don't know anybody called Connor, to be fair. I used to know a younger lad called Connor. He used to work at one of the clubs that I used to work at. I used to call him Tall Glass of Water, but yeah, I don't know him anymore. But I don't know who the school playground bully boy tactics are coming from. But considering I highly doubt your name is Madeline McScran, I don't really know who's bullying who at this point. But you suppose I got you over here for a few comments, didn't I, you wet wipe? Yes, Tim Mason. He's been training with Mez, so he's probably picked up on some of his clangers. Well, that I actually forgot about the one where he basically throws it in his own net yesterday, because I thought we've got away with one a little bit there, because that is soft as punching it with the timber in, clips it into the box. Gonna be cleared away, I think. Yeah, he just throws it in. It's soft as shit in it with, coming out and collecting ball. It's just like, as I say, it's a big off. He should be able to sort it. Ronaldinho can't be considered. Sorry, Ashraf. He's just too special, so you can't use him. Sorry, bro. Not many players get the treatment, but he does. Amazing player. I actually agree to some extent with that, Roller Blunt, that some people do have to be immune from the ugly 11, because Ronaldinho is just too good. And he brings too many smiles to too many faces. Certainly is when football started, BMG, and you know it. The Prem era. Gary Neville, Phil Neville, right and left back sorted for me there. Peter Beardsley's not a great looker. Ozil. Ozil's an outside card, I think, because Ozil's got his eyes are weird, aren't they? But yeah, he's ugly. Yeah, he's ugly. Yeah, it's more his eyes than it is his. But I suppose your eyes are a pretty important part of your face, aren't they? So yeah, I think yeah. Perry dies like my nan, says Arthur Bushby. It's an interesting statement, Arthur, because one thing I've observed over my years, over my man years, is you very young children don't know how to fall over, and then you get to an age where you actually learn how to fall over, and you can sort of protect yourself from falls where you don't hurt yourself, and then you get to a certain age where you basically become a toddler again, and you sort of know how to fall over, but you're still hurting yourself. And then you get to an age where you're basically a baby again and you don't know how to fall over, which is a really surreal thing because it's one of the only things in life that, you know, you start off shit at it, you get good at it, and then you tail off exactly the same way that like everybody gets worse, as you get older. Basically, everything gets worse as you get older, doesn't it? But nothing quite like this. Nothing's quite as like 1 years old, rubbish at it, 2 years old, rubbish, bit better, 3, it's very direct. Then I would say that the peak of falling over would be, I don't know, I want to say 24, where you're really nimble and you can you could jump off a building and fall, be all right, and then it tapers, and then you begin the downfall, and then anything can happen then. I mean, to be fair, maybe because maybe the downfall is sharper because 1 year old to 25. If 25 is the peak, then if you're going to get to 80, then I suppose the fall is quicker. But certainly by the time you're 60, you're hurting yourself again significantly, and then by the time you're 70, if you fall over, you could die, really, couldn't you? So, oh yes, Jamie Lowe. There ain't nobody down round here though, brother. Ozil, 100%. Yeah, Ozil's in there. I had to Google him. I just used to like Ozil, but I don't know about all his shit talk recently, to be fair. I think he's been on one, has he? Seems like a bunch of people have decided on the ugly 11. You know it, BMG. That's what we've gone with as well. Aronson outside the box. He's a fox in and outside the box. I don't think he does, MVG. Ugly. Money football started English football. It's faded to not much, and clubs started dying. Aronson scores 2 great goals, and all some fans can focus on is the accidental handball, silly sods. I know, Diggler TC. I think it's more just a fun thing that occurs now, to be fair with it. I think people just enjoy being on wind up all the time, which I'm partial to. Blame Perry Farker did. He did call him out. Peter Crouch, says Brett. Yeah, Peter Crouch got to be in there. I still maintain Carlos Tevez, Frank Ribery. I can't think of a proper ugly midfielder. Okay, let's preempt the result and go with ugly. We've gone ugly. Okafor overrated. Not yet, Peter White. Not yet. Because I don't think he's particularly rated yet. So not to go over the underrated, overrated. You go low, I go high. But, it depends how rated he even is before he's overrated. Because I actually think the signing of him was underrated. So, I think it went under the radar a little bit. Everybody was sort of moaning about him. So, in that aspect, he's sort of been as everybody expected him. Oliver Kahn, it's a good shout. Not great looking fella. Yeah. Big head, big bowling ball head. Yeah, he can go in there for me. Who's in nets for the oil paintings? Oliver Kahn's the first shout from MVG. Brought on Okafor, I thought was right move bringing on a winger. Well, yeah, and he's in and around DCL, isn't he? You know, to try and, as I say, when game had opened up ever so slightly. Massive news about Yoreth. I had a bad feeling when Gabby left Match at Day for personal reasons. Is that right, Sammy? I don't watch Match at Day anymore. 78 RPM. Played a lot of games for us, didn't he? Which is mad. Over 100 for it. Kirkland, Chris Kirkland. I remember what he looks like, but I don't remember him being minging particularly, but I've no doubt he is. He used to be a wonder kid on there. Yeah, he's not great looking. I'd say Oliver Kahn's worse though. But my eyes are so fucking drowsy, guys. Drowsy. Man of Godfather, man of drowsy. He used to be a wonder kid on old Champ Manager, I think on 92 Champ Manager. And you get Kirkland for next to no. We're at Liverpool at that point. In 1992, I think it's 1992. Liverpool, Wigan, Sheff Wednesday. That's just that did not start his career in 1992. No, at Coventry. He's 11 in 1992, so it must be 2002. Must have been 2002 when he came into the manager that I know about. He was at Liverpool, serving as an understudy for Jersey Dudek. I don't think he had particularly the best career though, did he, Kirkland? It must be uglier, says MVG. Says BMG, sorry. There's always ugly BMG. There's always somebody harder. There's always somebody tougher. There's always someone ugly. There's always somebody older. Terry Yoreth, great player. Yes, indeed, Arthur. Yes, Mimi. How are we, my dear? How's Mama Mimi? Kirkland's not. He's not horrific. Look, I think Kahn's worse. Can you imagine just randomly tuning into this and just being like, oh, why are they Googling me? This is good. I'm still relevant. Still, you know, I'm remembered. So you're a contender for Ugly 11, mate. Like, oh, fucking brilliant. First underlap at year, yes, me, and we're under weather. She's absolutely whacking it, but you know, we keep moving. We don't stop, do we? Game don't stop for no one. Don't stop playing. Den. I know, 78 RPM. I'm just glad at the moment Perry's getting it instead of somebody that does contribute every now and again, like Aronson, who has contributed a lot recently. But I mean, in terms of what is it? You know, just the same players getting the same groans, like what happened to Cooper and that. Even though, you know, no matter what performances they put in, you know, tainted. Wayne Rooney, says Brett. Yeah, not a great looker. I'm trying to think of centre midfield. Euro. I've never really looked at him properly, to be fair. He's terrible looking, yeah. Looks a bit thick as well. He's horrible. Can we up the algorithm by smashing a like, please? Yes, me, mate. Would appreciate it if we could, guys. Whack a like. Nobody do it how we does it. If you don't know by now, as you well know, you never knew. Okay, so Kahn or Kirkland so far. How about fullbacks? Kahn all day for me with that one. Fullbacks for me, Gary Neville, Phil Neville come straight in because the wankers as well with it. And they are ugly. Ugly. Arthur Bushby, everyone at work today said Leeds were unlucky and said game at season so far. I know, man. I know. I woke up today driving down to Birmingham and I was just like, oh, fucking hell. Like, I'm still trying to like process it. It was just obviously it doesn't help as well with all the amount of fixtures that we've had. You know, we've had a madly busy time, haven't we, obviously, over Christmas. And then to go into a game like that, it's like, fucking hell, we are at 100 mile an hour always, aren't we? Yes, BMG. Give me Mama Mimi they love. Build from the back, BMG, and you know it. You're always a good shout. Or Grizovic, spell check. Don't need to worry about these spell checks over here. Fucking hell, yeah, he's not great looking. Fucking hell, he's got a really weird head. Oh my god, he's coming in here. That is arse ripper. That to me, that's better than Khan. Is it company coming in? Oh, that's fucking weird head, that, isn't it? His chin's like the bottom of a bowling ball, and his cheek is like a rugby ball. The top of his head's like a football, and his hair's like a crack addict's fanny. So doesn't help when you've got a green t-shirt on. It might just take a bit of time, 78 RPM. Also, if we dominated games a little bit more, like in terms of like playing, it'd be mint money because he's all like, he just wants to get on ball, doesn't he? I think sometimes as well, like when you are a player that's forced, that you're in the team to create, and sometimes force it a little bit. But the jury is out ultimately with him. But it's still an exciting person to bring off at benching it for now, buying it by any stretch. You don't have Twitter or Instagram. On my JackCity page, BMG, I'm certain my email will be there. My email will be in the about on the actual channel. I think you can find it that way, can't you? Are you a member, BMG, as well, or because I think if you're a member, it works. Yeah, I don't go on Facebook at all, man. I can't even get on it, to be fair. Not having a go at Okafor, but if Harrison was playing like that, fans would be moaning. There's no doubt about that, Arthur Bushby. That is bang on the money, mate. Because well, it's a fact. That's kind of what I'm saying with the train that Aronson gets all the time. It's like it's just once something's stuck, once you're injury prone, you're injury prone for the rest of your life, aren't you? Once you lose the ball in stupid areas, or you're lightweight for the rest of your life, aren't you? That's why players move on pretty quick. I can't believe you haven't liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Redeem thyself. Commit thyself. Commit thyself to the motherfuckers. Become a motherfucker. Excellent work, Mama Mimi. Hang in there, Mama Mimi. Stay strong for Mama Mimi. All the love in the world, me love. All the love in the world. Mama Mimi, unlike any other. What's the words, Mimi? What's the There'll be a Lollapalooza or whatever it. I can't remember what it fucking is. Papapalooza or something. We'll have to do a big Papalooza to celebrate when Mama Mimi's back, 100% bouncing off at walls. Oggy. Indeed, we are, Mingy. No doubt about it. If Harrison was playing like that, he would have improved tenfold to 78 RPM. I made a joke last night, but I kind of meant it as well. Every highlight reel that they go over with, Obviously, with Leeds United, they keep doing it. Like, so when we played against Newcastle, it was like throwback, and they do all the old games of the Newcastle game and all the old games of the Chelsea game and all the old game of the Man United game. And it's always Jack Harrison, whether he's assisting or scoring, he's always in the highlight reel. Now that tells you everything you need to know about Jack Harrison. Mimi getting the love she deserves. Roller Blunt, on the Okafor thing, I don't think we play to his strengths in this system. We're playing at the min, but Aronson is thriving because we are playing in a way that helps Aronson. Yeah, I think Aronson's like changed his game slightly as well. I think we were talking the other day about being direct as a winger and stuff. And I think he's taken a little bit of the directness into his 10. Not that I don't. I'm actually going to do a video trying to discuss the formations next week probably. Because I really want to try and get across this dinosaur idea that I have, where it's all very malleable, and this idea that we set up a certain way is why Farker was so stubborn or whatever, you know. When you're winning tons of games, you don't really need to switch it up. That's why he never switched it up. And then he has done. He's switched it up every single time this time. But Aronson, I think with the little spell that he's had out wide, I think has learned something, not learned, but this idea that players get found out a little bit when they do the same thing every single time. So defenders know that Aronson's going to take a few touches. He's going to cut back a little bit. He's going to mess about a little bit. He doesn't release the ball, does he? Whereas the past few weeks, he's taken a touch and released the ball. He's taken a touch and got at his man and actually beat his man. It's been a while since we've watched Aronson like push the ball past someone and beat his man. And he's actually quite good at it. So, because he does have a little bit of pace and he's energetic, and he can get about. So, you know, he's actually, and he did it a couple of times yesterday where he just beat his man. Just pushed it past him and just went, well, let's have a running race then. I'm not sure how rapid fast he is, but he's fast enough to do that. So, yeah. Mama Mimi getting the love she deserves, and Mimi, obviously. War Piglet, Trump is a fictional character in this nightmare you're living in. In half War Pig, that's probably about right. I thought you were going to say he's a fictional character in my ass. The arsehole that I'm living in. Oh, yeah. Garth. Gareth Southgate ugly? Garth Crooks on about. Garth Crooks is a good shot. I love Garth Crooks. Head of his time, Garth Crooks. Nobody can deny that. We're going political here. How about Matt Target? Ugly left back. We've got to get a Neville in there. Yeah, he's not great looking, Matt Target, is he? I think Neville's the worst though. Although is there a restriction on how far we go back here? Geriatric 11. John Burridge in net. Have a look here. Oh yeah, I remember him. I don't remember him. I think this is before my time, but I certainly seen the face. What a fucking all right tub on it at times, yeah. Sheringham, Teddy Sheringham. The day I realised that Trump and Boris were going to lead, I gave up politics forever. I didn't realise you were in politics, mate. You shouldn't give it up though, mate. You know, you can't just give it up. You know, if it's your dream, mate, follow your dream, mate. You want to be a politician, mate, you're right on the cusp. You've got to hang in there, brother. Don't worry about current leadership. If politics is your thing, I joke, I kid. It's all too quiet on Bogle. Yeah, he's a weird one. Those and Lambiers Elite, both contenders for the Uglies. Agreed. BMG. I told you, Jack, about Bogle. Oh, we can keep him. Yeah. Yeah. Put you all for the Uglies. And I loved Piol, says MVG. Yeah, I did, to be fair. It's mainly his hair that's mad, in it, and he does have a long head. I think his arch rival's pretty minging as well, to be fair. Pepe. He's not. He's got a weird head, hasn't he? Weird face. Madeline McScran, it sounds like you're being how can I describe it? It feels like playground bully boy tactics to me, that. But nothing's happened to him, man. He's on the mend. I know you're concerned about him. Appreciate you, Madeline McScran. You've got a lovely name. Cole Palmer could be the captain. I don't think Palmer's. I know he looks a bit slack. I don't think he's. Oh no, he's pretty ugly, isn't he, to be fair. Yeah, he's pretty ugly. I don't think he's skipper though. Can do better for skipper aiming, I'd say. Don't worry about it, Brett. It comes with territory. 78 RPM. I'm 100% certain Fark will be fighting his corner if there is any dodgy dealings on Bogle. Well, that's that. Yeah, I think that I'm well far behind here, right? BMG will be hard at work. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, Mimi. Does anyone subscribe to the theory that Bogle is not injured but being sold? I don't, says BMG. No, I didn't, and I don't, but I'm starting to get a little bit more and more edgy about it. Jack, I back Farker and the boys 100%, but we need to do something about Perry Wings. Perry Wings. He's our weakest link. Can't catch a ball, can't kick off the floor, can't command his area. Upgrade, please. Or just Darlow, Emmett. Just fucking Darlow for the rest of the season. Once you know what you've got, we've given him enough games. It's not, we need not panic. It's like we've seen that he's a bit shit. Just, get Darlow in. He's better than Perry. So just go for it. Stick with him. Midfield rats for ugly 11. Nobby Styles. All I think, every time I see Nobby, all I think about is Nobby's knees. Nobby's nuts, rather. And they were some tasty nuts, man. I used to love Nobby's nuts. They used to be outraged, didn't they? All right, Tooth. I want to really pronounce the Tooth, but I've got too much of a sore throat. Yes, Madeline McScran from Sucking Dick. I want to go, all right, Tooth. All right, Tooth. See, that really hurt, but I had to do it. I had to get it done. Bit of Dutch courage. All right, Tooth. Mimi, but I heard he went to rehab, so credit where credit's due. Not always. He's in rehab at the moment, yeah. Again, like I say, we need not worry. Knock sound off of this. I was enjoying that in the background. Oh, you bastard. All right, Tooth. There we go, back in action. Back in the game. We can waste limited funds upgrading Pep. Yeah, that's what I mean. 78 RPM. Just get Darlow in. It's an upgrade on Perry. It's basically a signing. We know what we've got with Darlow. We're not going to get 5 games into having another Perry and think now we've got another shit keeper on his hands. Just get Darlow in. We need an ugly Leeds player, and I'm going Hopkins. Definitely Hopkins, man. Hopkins used to scare me a little bit as a youngster. I used to see him and think, fucking hell, he was a scary, ugly man. Hopkins nearly sparked a few more in my head. Sanya were ugly. I always thought Sagna, whatever you call Bakari Sanya, Bakari Sagna. He's an ugly fella. And who else? Who's that? That winger that came to Arsenal? He were rapid. And his hairline were like literally at the back of his head. Black dude. His hair were like at the back of his head. I actually liked him. I thought he was going to be really good, but he didn't end up being that good. I can't remember his name. I used to buy him on FIFA because I was shit at FIFA, so I'd just get the fastest players in the world basically, and then try and run. Well, not try and run. They was able to run, but sorry I didn't game it. Like run faster, Tooth. He's a skip. Hopkins is the Leeds man and the skip. No, I agree. Ribery's got to be in there. I said Tevez right at the start, MVG. Yeah, it's got to be Tevez. I mentioned him immediately. He's the first person I thought of, BMG. Luke Chadwick. That's a good one from JT. Ian Dowie's the manager. Hey, you guys. Without a doubt. Missing the live cut. He's probably fallen out with me, hasn't he, Roger? Won't surprise me. Costa. Outsider for me there. Diageo, the Elephant Man. Do you know the Elephant Man? Since 49ers have come in, the hit rate of signings has been brilliant. Now our injury record has been good. One of two comments. So Oggy, Target, Euro, Puyol, Hopkins, Beardsley, Ribery. And we forgot Dowie's in there now, though, skipper. Do you think this is evidence of the 49ers investing in the infrastructure of recruitment and medical teams behind the scenes, two? There was always due diligence, isn't there? You know, it's getting the right people for the right job, as Gary Neville and now everybody likes to say the best in class, you know, whatever we've got. I know Mr. McStay got promoted and stuff into being head physio and stuff. You know, is it a little bit of potluck? Do we just have a decent squad that fancy it? Yeah. You've got to take the plaudits, the praise while it's there, aren't you, as well, to be fair. So you'd have to say, really, you know, how can they not get credit for it? Ugly. Anyone remember Daphne and Celeste and the masterpiece single from the early 2000s? Could be the entrance song for the Ugly 11. I'm all in, MVG. You know it. We can't have Garth Crooks in. We're on about legendary players, like legendary people. Talking about Ronaldinho. Well, Garth Crooks is... Garth Brooks, though. I thought Garth Brooks were a fucking actor, or he's a singer. Or are you just taking piss? On the road again. I love Garth Crooks. And trust me, my Leeds friends, don't worry about relegation because West Ham are dog shit. We are doomed. No way, Brian Pivot. Welcome. I don't mean to laugh at that, but there's some ruthless honesty about it, man, which I appreciate and I like. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Oggy, Euro, Neville, Puyol, Target, Chadwick, Hopkins, Tevez, Ozil, Beardsley, Dowie. Can't remember who else we had in there. Ronaldinho wasn't allowed to be in there, were he? I can't remember who else we had in there. Oh my God, indeed, Arse Ripper. Couldn't believe it when I saw it, that, to be fair. Obviously, when I saw the news, I would have never even known who she was, had we not. You know, I've been banging on about it all the week. So Ming wants Costa in there. Diego. I know MVG. She's what brought us all together, isn't she? Her teeth, the gap, the you know the deliberate goof that she brought to the world, teeth wise, poof wise, certainly united us lot over this end at over this side at Pond, over this side at Hill. None of the news pieces mentioned that she was an underlap icon, though. Your thought was odd. Absolutely, MBG. It's a crying shame, isn't it, brother? 91 years old, yeah. She deserves every minute. Garth Crooks can't go in there. He's too much of a legend. He's an icon. He's an icon. If you don't think Garth Crooks is ugly enough, I want a drink of the same stuff you're drinking. You know it, Brett. Palmer's an outside shout for me. I'm trying again. Oggy, Neville, Target, Yoro, Puyol, Hopkins. I always call him Hopkins. Ozil, Chadwick, Palmer, Ribery, Costi, Dowie, Costi. I think we get Dowie as manager, to be honest, because I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's crazy. Taking shit. Luis Suarez, not a bad shot at all, Brett. A bit concerned you are being a schoolyard bully to us oldies. We don't fall all over. And you know it's 78 RPM. Tevez, Crouch, Crooks can be on the bench. He can't be. Crutch has to be in like in a position of authority. If he must go in there, he has to be like assistant manager or something, or I don't know, the referee. Could eat an apple through a letterbox. My eyes are fucking. Honestly, I'm drowsy, man. Drowsy. Man of Godfather. Man of drowsy. Hey up, Roger Slicker. Roger Slicker comes in to talk to me about everybody else. JT Live said he was glad Leeds lost. They deserved it. I'd like to see the clip of JT saying that he's glad he lost. Because that just seems wild thing. And I think it's perhaps been said and unbelievably taken out of context. Paulie's therapy wants Leeds out the FA Cup. It does not surprise me whatsoever. Of course he does. Of course he does. I think Dowie's got to be the manager of the Ugly 11 MVG. Palmer can't be the captain. I don't think Palmer's that bad. Ribery's bad. Tevez is bad. I'm still trying to think of that. Who's that dude? Who's that Arsenal dude with hair? Oh, there's a potential poll going on here. AO's going to get hot. Get Dowie on fucking bench. It's AO that loves a poll. He now being wings unless he's falling out with me. Nobby's Nuts. We should be sponsored by Nobby's Nuts. He's lurking. AO's the poll master yet. Beardsley getting back in. There's Warnock's the gaffer, the Penguin. Yes, Bertland. Love it, mate. Need a poll for the skipper. Let me break it down. Break it down. Oggy Neville target Puyol and Euro the defence. Simon Grayson scary look, beauty in the eyes of the beholder. Fox founder, member of Swingers Club. You can't beat swinging, can you? Whether it's in a park from a tree, and I don't mean sinister with that, you know. It's not a let's move on. Midfield, Hopkin, Chadwick, and Styles. Poor Hopkin. Styles took some beating, says Arse Ripper. Oh, thank you, Roller Blunt. Behave yourself. And Mimi. Appreciate you handing them fucking memberships out like Santa Claus. Appreciate you, Roller Blunt. Thank you, dude. I feel like my fucking drowsy. Like I've been on there. They don't do the D-rugs, do I? Don't do even like the not that I'm in pain, so I won't be on cocodamol anyway, but I took cocodamol once probably about 10 years ago, last time I took a drug. Other than drink, and everybody likes to tell me that drinking's drugs, fine. But I was fucking panged. I had really bad toothache. Took some cocodamol, some codeine or something, I can't remember which one's stronger. And I was out like a lamp. A lamp that had been turned off or even broken for what it's worth. For what's worse. Hell of a front three, that though, BMG. Oh, Pat Dunn. Big up, Jack, just popping in. Keep up the good fight. Thank you, Pat Dunn. Appreciate you, brother. Absolute ledge. You're one of the day dotters, man, so I proper appreciate you. Thank you, man. Truly. Chat to Pat Dunn. Peter White, not much hope for me. I hope I don't fall off the sofa listening to the Underlap. You shan't, you won't. You'll stay stood. You will not go down with this ship. You'll put your hands up and remember. The ref. Courtesy. Man of Godfather. Courtesy could be on, he could be reffing game, couldn't he? Exactly, MVG, yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean they stink, though. Badger back in the building. See, Palmer's on his med bench. I'll take that. Aronson is having the season of his life. Long may it continue. The lad is Leeds. Get up 78 RPM. I forgot to nominate Palmer for the Mensa 11. I forgot what Mensa means. I'm trying to catch up on comments. Boasty. Oh, global IQ. Yeah, I don't know if he'd get in there with the MVG. You know it, Arse Ripper. Yeah, it was ugly fucker, Peter White. Joe Jordan probably wasn't ugly, but it was fearsome with those missing teeth. All right, Tooth. Every night Halloween at his house. PMG, love it. Daniel. You're never going to be able to pronounce that, Ian. Roller Blunt. Luddy and that. Boasty. Man of God, Father. Have we acknowledged Brignett Bardot's death? We should at least have the picture on and take a moment to reflect. Let me catch up on that. I mean, that all rhymes there, 78 RPM, which is, doesn't surprise me whatsoever with you, brother. Because 78 RPM strikes again. If you don't know by now, you never knew. But once we've caught up here, we will certainly get the photo. We'll have a moment's silence. There'll be no comments, no nothing. Shall we have a crack at the old 11, the old bastards 11? Ye olde bastards. My Sky's gone because at Storm, we've not had any at Storm yet. After a period, it's fucking shit. I love a bit of a Storm. Hey up, Ping Pong's in here. Cuts it back, it's shite. Really poor ball. The world is full of unrealistic motherfuckers, motherfucker. Who think their ass will age like wine? Movie quote, anyone? No chance for me, but I just enjoyed the outrageous use of motherfuckers. I'm here in London, home of the Queen Mother. Fucker. Commit thyself to the order of the Badger now, and you know it. Commit thyself. Commit thyself to the order of the Badger. Maybe we all fall down. Yeah, it sounds like a Pulp Fiction shout, that, to be fair, MVG, yeah. Phil Neville never got in there. A Palapalooza in celebration of my mother's perfect health, indefinitely on my 2026 bucket list. Love it, Mimi. Yeah, it's up, Mimi. Let me try to catch up here, brethren. And Jack Harrison, if he did what Aronson has done and not fucked off, because Mummy said that's why you can't say that about Okafor, defo player there, says Roller Blunt. Let me try to catch up here, fellas. Plaster on the back of your neck. Get your hand off my plaster, mate. Yes, E9, the fucking wings, boy. No. I think he had more things to worry about than someone touching his shoulder, mate. Your hand off your shoulder, mate. E9 in the wings. E9 getting the love he deserves. We don't normally rattle through the 11 as quick as that, do we, BMG? I can't believe how many ugly fuckers there is. Day up, fucking hell. He's in the wings and you know it. Hey up, Dale Steele. Feels like a while, brother, since we've seen you. Hey, now in the wings. He's Lord Voldemort's a character from Harry Potter. Sheringham, good shout for the old boys. There's Milner. As is Milner. Yeah, Milner's a good shout. Roller Blunt getting the love he deserves for handing him out like Santa Claus. My mate had a long head. His nickname was Longhead. That's good, man. What a crank thing to say to Madeline. Madeline's done one, Dale. Why the long face, bro? Madeline is typing like Silver Steve. He made a similar Joe comment. It's just wankathon, isn't it? Horse went into a bar. Barman said, "What can I get you, Palmer?" I don't get it, after I'm moving too quick here, I think. Get up a particularly bad picture of Dowie. He's by far the English. Yeah, he's not great. Oh, Roger Slicker. Bring in the love for once. There's a truce. There's a truce in the movement, Roger Slicker. Appreciate you, Roger. Cheers, Andy. Appreciate you, man. You're a good man. No way they would sell Bogle. Fans are already on 49ers back. It's just if they're on about trying to move some money about in it, but it doesn't make any sense, does it? Because, Bogle goes and then you've got to replace Bogle. I mean, James Justin's good, but we're losing even more than, aren't we? We need a wing back as it is, really, I'd say. Can we get a Paul up? Is Madeline McScran a prick, a wanker, or a cum guzzler? The problem is there ain't enough options for me to put through with all the options that he may very well be. On reflection, Beardley got to be captain. Looks like he has a fire. Looks like he has a fire in his nasal air. And it's put out with a shovel. It's a very, very descriptive and undeniable image there, Ming, which I appreciate. Darlow sees us through to end of the season, 100% BMG. Nobby Piles, these nuts. Don't think Bogle is being sold, but I really don't trust the fucker. Parag on his rep in the USA. You can't handle the tooth. All right, tooth. You can't handle the tooth. Love it, War Piglet. But Dowie really is frighteningly unattractive. He's ghastly. Roll your boat. Canoe getting a shout there. Canoe. Razor Ruddock. Top Shagger. We need to do Top Shagger, yeah. David Moyes is ugly. You know. Ugly. The Shagger 11 was the off-field controversy 11, which we completed. I've got all the completed ones in a spreadsheet. We need to get in touch with BMG, get this all sorted. Oh, he's serious. Everybody's serious about this. David Hopkin. I wish I knew David Hopkin a little bit more. Oh, yes, I do remember that BMG. If you're going to do it at all, you've got to do it properly, mate. Julian Lescott's a good shout, to be fair, JT. What you said earlier about the squad, don't you think a lot of them have something to prove? Amps, Metcha, DCL, etc., all been deemed not good enough or broken. Love it, Roller Blunt. Yeah, and in that not to be that guy, but it does build team morale, doesn't it, when everybody's sort of in the same boat and it's like we actually, do you remember when we were calling for getting some rejects in? Saying like, let's get some like big team rejects in, which is not really the same with them players because they're not necessarily rejects from big teams. But they've been, like you say, written off, and it's like, no, we're all some boyos. You're not beating us. Let's have it. I like Lescott as well, to be fair. Try to catch up here, boys. Yeah. They reckon the USA's what is it? Not healthcare, because they don't have healthcare, do they? Or Obamacare, whatever the fuck it's called. But I'm talking about the private work is, meant to be a lot more. They take a lot more care, allegedly. Even though if there's any Americans here, they'd probably disagree with that. But Mr. Whitesnake's mascot. Nothing suspicious occurring here. Especially with eyes like looking like drowsy, bottles of beer, and then like cutting camera off and then coming back on and be like this with my nose. It looks a bit like, but I assure you. Do you know, I was going to say Dwight York earlier, I really was. I'm frustrated I didn't. I've still got a bit of powder left on my nose there. I'm hoping that's not powder. You watch YouTube would be flagging me. Cooper. Right, let me get up to date here. I'm right on the cusp. Riff Raff, Street Rat. Maybe I don't buy that. Have we got a poll going, or do we need one in? It's just I know what you're like with your context, Roger. Yes, Nipper. How's it going, big man? This is it, BMG. Yeah, I mean, I'm game for it. To be fair, I tell you what, you could do. You could just do like an attractive ball player, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Like some people that just sort of like float around seamlessly. Do you know what I mean? Like in a beautiful fashion, Federer style on the court. You can't win the FA Cup if you go out in the first game, and you know it's 78 RPM, and you know it. We've lost so many segments, haven't we, Roger Slicker? But they get reborn every now and again. Oh, legendary MVG, you fucking legend, mate. Not wanting to get on everyone's bad side here, but you really look like you need to call it a day and get some rest, Jack. Thank you very much, MVG. I know my eyes. I'm a bit drowsy, but the powder's keeping me up. To be fair, so the cocaine and Odomol. I actually feel all right. I feel better than I felt on Monday, man. I wanted to do a video on Monday, Tuesday. I just couldn't fucking do it. And I think I can't remember when the game was. Or did I do a video on Tuesday? I think I went live with Lloyd on Tuesday. But yeah, just I don't know what, just like dead. I'm like fucking getting home from work and I'm like need to lay down, like just dizzy and like full of cold. But it's like really weird. Like I'm not moaning. So it's like blocked. Like drowsy, but my mind feels clear. Like feel, you know, when you feel like you're talking well, but then like I'm just fucking feel fine for 2 hours, and then I feel like cack, and I get a really sore throat. Then it goes. It's not. There's no like prolonged illness that I'm having. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. Oh, I fucking got behind up comments again. We are 3 injuries away from our season going south. That's always the case, the way. It's always the case. We've gone in with controversial comment of the day, or we love these controversial comments at day. Painkillers don't work with me. I don't know if they work with me or not, because I've never really taken them, other than like say for when I've been. I don't. What's the is codeine a painkiller? I don't even know. To be fair, Ali McCoist was my head in a bit. To be fair, I used to like Ali McCoist, and then are you throwing me out here? Throwing me out my own live stream here, boys. I used to like him, McCoist, and then I listen to him on Talk Sport in the morning. He's the fake laugh he's got going on for Brazil or whatever it's called is insane. It's mental. Can't see us getting him more than 2 players and possibly only one. I think a striker and a defender who can play fullback and centre back. Ben Davies profile would be great. Yeah, I think we need some more reinforcements at the back. That's the madness of it. At the start of the season, everybody was like banging on about needing a forward, and you know, rightly so. So you want that sprinkle on top there. You want the what do you want? You want the special sauce, don't you? Sent a super chat, but missed where to write something profound. Anyway, enjoy for my past sins. I appreciate you, Roger Slick. You're a pantomime villain. We love it, mate. Thank you very much. Go get Ben White from Arsenal not getting any game time. I don't think he'd come to us now, to be fair, JT, but, you know, you're probably being a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and it's a great shout. You'd take Ben White back, wouldn't you? Serious question. Are you lot going to be worried if Leeds don't invest in the window? A little bit from BMG. Can't see West Ham catching up. This is it, Brett. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking terrifying, really. I remember badly wanting Ben White when we came up with Bielsa. We were putting bids in for him. I remember badly wanting him. Like, you know, like go out and pay whatever, just get him. What's the plan then this year? Looking up to do this full time? You have everything in place to be massive, got plenty of ideas of shows, videos, etc. Or is it something you don't really want to do full time? I don't think I could. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough viewership. I don't think Roller Blunt. And I don't know. I don't know. There's more chance of Jack catching up with chat, says BMG. I mean, it'd be mint, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to or not, really, Roller Blunt. I never wanted, when I started out, I never wanted it to be. I remember I didn't even want to monetize my videos when I started it out. And my videos are so hit and miss. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. But I appreciate your support, Roller Blunt, on a serious note, as I do all of you, because we've got some proper regulars and you're absolute West Coast warlords. I cannot believe, when I say it every fucking week, we'll go live for a couple of hours on a Thursday night and chat absolute shit beans. And, you all tune in, so I do appreciate you. But I'm going to up it this year, to be fair. I'm going to get a scoreboard for Joe Depp. I'm going to try and do more. I'm going to get Lloyd on every week. I'm going to try and get Lockie on often. I know Lockie does his own thing on his own channel, so he might not want to come on as often, but try and get Lockie on often, get Luke on, see what Big Joe's saying. Can never get Andrea on. I like Danny from Not Another Leeds podcast. See if he'll come on with me, unless he's falling out with me as well. Yeah. West Ham ain't catching us up. Gates up, Mingy. The main one is trying to get my brother on. If I could do a weekly one with my brother, it'd bang, Because me and my brother, talk a lot. So we could really get it going on. And then we could get all three in. Have a three-way. All the three boys. But then, to be fair, then it'd just be like shit pub talk. But I'm gonna travel about a bit as well, I think. Do a couple of pre-records with Greengrass and what have you. I think you're safe now, says Brett. I think 30 points does it this season. Fucking hell, can you imagine? That, basically, Brett, yesterday was so enormous for our safety. It's devastating in that sense, because I think we're all but safe. He's just got a sort of amble to end the season at that point. And, just couldn't do it. But it is what it is. I'd actually be okay with getting Callum Wilson. I would, BMG. We just need to get to the end of the season in 17th or above, and we can have a proper rebuild. If we don't need to, with Callum Wilson or whatever, you'd take that. Because, like you say, it's just for 15 games, isn't it? So he doesn't even really have to feature. It's just some options off at bench, and it a bit of life off at bench, a bit of excitement in fan base a little bit, just to think we've got another option and just somebody else in training, and it adds a lot, doesn't it? West Ham aren't going to hit 30, says Brett. Forest could struggle. Yeah, it's terrifying at the moment. Looking to get the White Hart for a home game. Wentworth's better. Pint JCC. 100%, boys. Let's get this sorted out. Looking to get to the White Hart for a home game. Wentworth's better. Let's have it. Let's have it. I can meet you before, during, and after. I could even try and run up at half time. I'd never make it up at half time, but I'll meet you before and after for certain. White Hart's easy shout as well, because we're obviously around ground. And you are better up at White Hart, I would say, because Peacock is normally like a delayed feed. So the goal goes in, you hear the crowd go wild, and then the goal goes in the Peacock, which is mad to me. But if we'd hung on for the win last night, we would have been close to safety. That's it, BMG. If we can maintain or extend the gap till the end of January, we're in good shape. That's why it's extra gutting. It's just like, we could go into the next few games like just feeling like just keep plodding away, plucking away, and it was such a mint win, but obviously we ended up losing. It's fucking mad. You have easily got another 5 wins in the tank, says Brett. So this is the positivity we need. And I do agree, Brett. I'm delighted Sunderland are staying up, and I actually mean that. I'm not just kissing your ass, Brett. but I genuinely am. I think it's mint for the league and mint for the country. Like, as in, I'm not talking about the football country, as in, who gives a shit about the paymasters and the people at the helm of football. Nobody gives a shit about that. But I do think it's good when, you know, proper clubs that are just well supported, that don't necessarily have all the money in the world or the best players in the world, are old school and just get it done. I know Sunderland have played some really good stuff, Brett. So I'm not saying you're being old school, because I think we play really good stuff. So we're just a bit old school with it as well. You've got a bit of both, you know, just a bit horrible. Bringing back real football. 4 wins and 3 or 4 draws would see us safe, BMG. Fucking hell. I can't believe we're speaking like this. It's harrowing. Mingy, I've left you in White Hart a few times, haven't I, old boy? 17 games, that's all it is. Yes, Dale, how's it going, big man? How you doing? Happy New Year. Great to see you, hard working as per. Love it. Thank you, Dale Hodgson. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Ena in the wings. Yes, Darren Elliott, what's good, big man? Hey up, ladder. Be glad to see back of Perry. He can't move, stand still in 6-yard box. It's the 6-yard box stuff, innit, Darren? It's like, just fucking come and claim something, anything. Like, you know, it just closes his eyes and just hopes it either nobody gets on end at cross or it just hits him. He's a worrier. Brilliant shouts in there, though, Roller Blunt. Teams like ours should be looking for a good run in the cup. We need something other than survival to look forward to. Brett, my guy, the madness to me, the level of you know, the moanery that goes on, and like, you know, I still want somebody to show me the stats of teams that have gone down when they've had a good cup run, and to put it down to that is just bollocks. It honestly is. So have a good cup run. Nobody's gonna fucking remember nothing. They would remember a semi-final, won't they, at Wembley or whatever, in a cup run. But 5 games, Darlow playing the Prem this season. Did great, nothing wrong, but he's better than $16 million flop. Darren Elliott, correct. That was his opportunity to keep him in the side, and he went with the big money. I'm worried about Perry, partly because I defended Mez after the Sunderland gaff and only realised afterwards that he'd lost it. I'm worried that Perry might actually be completely shit. What I'm loving about this, BMG, is you're worried about Perry partly because you defended Mez, as I did as well, but I'm just reading your comment. Partly because I defended Mez after the Sunderland gaff and only realised afterwards that he's completely lost it. Now, this is exactly what I did, BMG. But what I'm enjoying about the comment is you're worried about Perry because you backed him. Do you know what I mean? You're backing him. And then you only realise afterwards that, so you realise that it's completely shit. I'm worried that Perry might be actually completely shit. And that's your brain. That your brain works exactly like mine, BMG. Where like my worry would begin thinking, well, no, I need to worry about this because I've done this before. And Perry might be absolutely shit because Mez completely lost it. That's a mint comment, BMG. It's tickled me. I'm hoping I've given myself hiccups. Fucking hell, cold hiccups. Throat, fucking old job lot now. At least that proves it made me laugh, BMG. Fucking hell, not hiccups now. I'm hoping I've articulated how my brain works there, BMG, but that's exactly what I'd do. I'm worried about Perry because I've been thinking about what I've done before. Fuck. Nice one. Looks like you're sniffing the ganja, Jack. Not me, nah. Certainly not. I'm strictly Budweiser. Strictly Budweiser and hiccups, mate. Dwight York didn't mind messing about, did he? Thought Mr. Whitesnake's mascot was his white snake. Censored. Nobody make me laugh from now on, to be fair, except I'm not going to be able to shake these if not. John Joe Shelby. Did you say bald or ball players? Ball bone players. Evening, Jack. Yes, Richard Todd. Even after defeat last night, we now look like we are dining at the top table on a permanent basis. And you know it, Richard Todd. And you know it, mate. Perfectly put. They're ballers, Newcastle, in reality. And we toe to toe with them. Yes, Mimi, you have to remember Brother Badger was round last night watching the game boozing. No doubt they drowned their sorrows all night and Mrs. City didn't get a wink of sleep, bless her. Mimi, have you got cameras in here? Have you got us cameraed up, or are you on the in with the Brother Badger? The Badger was happy to see the big bro as well, believe me. Believe me. Barthez in net. Fucking Barthez. Let's have a fucking FA Cup run. Let's have a bit of fun, for Christ's sake. I've become really, everything's tickling me as well now. Preceding ones can be benched for short. I think we all like Roger. All chats need a Roger. Take it to the edge without being a prick. Roger dances on that line, and he loves it. Jack, do you think Leeds will play cool as usual in the January transfer window? I don't know if they're playing it cool, like not like, hey guys, yeah, we're just playing it cool this winter. Just playing it cool in Jan. We're gonna play it cool, bro. Peace and love. You've got him 78 RPM. Roger knows he's loved up in this bitch. Sometimes I play with Roger and I'll rise to some comments, and then Roger thinks I'm mad with him, or I'm in a mood with him. And in reality, it's just that that's the Jekyll and Hyde thing, And then he always asks me who's who. I don't really know enough about Jekyll and Hyde. I just know the sort of like yin and yang. But yeah, I'm glad you're welling up. To be honest, mate, it's good to know that you're. It's good to know that you have emotions. I think the problem with full-time YouTube is that it sort of came out of nowhere, and some folk made good money, but it could just easily disappear as a full-time option. Yeah, that's it, BMG. I don't like the idea, particularly of it being a job. It's kicking off a bit here. Yeah, I don't particularly want it to be. Mingy, behave yourself. Does Roberto Carlos? My New Year's resolution is to stop drinking. It's not really. I don't have a New Year's resolution other than just to be 20 times better than I was last year. And I was 20 times better this year, no doubt about it. So I'm already 20 times better, and we're only on 8th. So on that, I can regress to like 5 times better. And then before I get towards end, do you know what I mean? In December, I really ramp it up. Oh, no, maybe November. In December, I let loose. Lots of important birthdays in December, lots of Christmases. Not lots of Christmases, there's one Christmas. But it feels like hella long Christmas, doesn't it? So November, we sort it out. We make sure we're 25 times better. And then we can reduce it 5 times less over December and become a lunatic. What's going on here? Is there not wrong with that Bradley there, or is he just fucking 78 RPM reckons we get 45 points? Oh, he's gone over on his ankle a bit, to be fair. Martinelli's pushing him and all sorts. If he's hurt, that's mental from Martinelli, though. If he's actually hurt, that is mental. Conor Bradley has genuinely gone over on his ankle, it looks like there. He's hurt himself there, and that Martinelli's gone over and started pushing him about. Like, I think he might have broke his leg or something there, you know. I don't want to be... I don't know if I exaggerate, but if he's broke his leg or something, Martinelli's gone over like he's time wasting. He was completely on his own, nobody even anywhere near the ball, and he went down. And then Martinelli's trying to push him off at pitch. Crazy behaviour, that. Talking about shaved heads really tickling me. Are these Wilson dudes brothers? Or is someone taking the piss? Would you like to hazard a guess? Callum Wilson and Harry Wilson. Brothers. No. I think there's some instant visual evidence, Roger Slicker, that would sort of defy that. Hairless. Zidane in the 10, Carlos left back. Cannavaro's mint shout. I used to love Cannavaro as well. Yap Stam, don't like him, but yeah. In fact, all the Italians shaved their heads at one point. Can't make the fucking mind up. Yeah, there's going to be too many scummers in this team. So it seems we have to decide if it's a natural hair loss, and if so, is it partial or complete? Or we could do like a series. You know, you could have like a total bald. Then then if a backup could be the shaved, and then third down the line could just be, you know, the thing that they have. It's a bit more old school, that, but and then if you need to promote players into their position, I don't know what the fuck I'm on about here, actually. Smallbone is captain because he had alopecia, so it's as smooth as a billiard. Mickey Thielen, Zidane's in, BMG's vetted it. Brett's getting Stockholm syndrome with the Leeds community. He loves it over here, as Brett. Self-imposed. Sunderland BMG. He's a boy, or is Brett? We're all meeting Brett for a beer. When we get this sorted. We appreciate you, Brett. It's legendary. But when we get this sorted at the end of the season, Brett's coming out for a beer with his Sunderland shirt on. We're all gonna like hero him like the stag do, man. You know, like we've dressed him as a Sunderland fan. We'll all be marching around town and be like, dress him as a Sunderland fan. Oh, meet Brett, yeah. Oh, is it his stag do? Yeah, we've dressed him up as a Sunderland fan. And then at the end of the night, we reveal all. He will reveal all. He'll take it off and it'll be a Leeds top underneath. We'll all be like, marching up together. We're gonna sing and win. He supports Liam G. Leeds BMG, but claims that's what I mean. Then he's matched on together. For the size of Perry, should have saved the goal, or is it Dale? Don't even. I think I spent pretty much all the 90 minutes of the watch along talking about Perry, and then the first 25 minutes talking about him. So I don't want it to be a witch hunt on my behalf. But I think he's turd. I think he is turgid. Exclamation mark. Your Leeds, and you know you are. Brett, your Leeds. Inserting the brain. And we a BMG. Tremendous. We criticised keepers over the years, but even David Seaman let some stinkers. I thought David Seaman was overrated, you know. Towards his latter years, I thought he was shit. I'm sure he was good when I was young. But like the World Cup stuff and that, I don't know. I don't know what the competition was like round in that time. But I remember I interviewed Nigel Martin and I said to him, "You were better than Seaman, weren't you? And you knew you were better than Seaman." And it was very diplomatic about it with Martin, but he said, "Well, obviously, you know, he'd never let the England managers down. What we've been, like Nigel Martin was better than David Seaman for many years." And that is not my bias. That is a fact. David Seaman couldn't get his feet off a floor in his later years. He would, ever since that ponytail, he was shit. You know it, Brett. It's perfect, mate. Top table, Bertland. You know it, big man. We're going toe to toe with these motherfuckers as well. Not intrinsically funny, but really tickle me. It's perfect, mate. I hope they appoint someone shit. Like, please. Like, we're laughing with my brother last night about him potentially getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in. And then how bad they've been. They were like, well, the thing is, they're actually sort of like, I wouldn't say half decent under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but they're better than more now. Like, maybe that's not what we want. Yes, Darren Elliott. Anyway, nice to see you're doing longer than 10-minute shit vids. If we all can see Perry is shit. Whitecat Farker. Yes, Darren, appreciate you, man. Yeah, I need to go live a little bit more often, Darren. I always do like a marathon on Thursdays. But I'm gonna, as I say, I'm gonna get Lloyd on and see what Lockie's up to and stuff. See what Luke's about. No, Luke's really busy at the minute. And try to do more lives as well as my shit vids. If I could up it to like shit vid a day and 3 or 4 lives a week, that would be perfect for me in terms of that's the aim really. But everybody knows what I'm like, and when Boozer strikes, Boozer hits harder than Ampadu in a challenge. You cunt, you fuckers. We're already converting him. He's already on his way over. Derby wins on pens, says JT. It's likely, isn't it? Let's be honest, we are doing far better than could be expected. That win yesterday had just been. Is actually Gemel and Monkhead. Put another way, we need 1 win per month from here on in. Shit like that scares me. It's so doable, isn't it? Wigan went down winning the FA Cup. I know, but Wigan was shit. That's what I mean. So it's like, is that what sent them down, or did they go down because they're shit? Because you go down if you're shit, don't you? If you go far in the competition, it's normally because you're decent. Do you know what I mean? It's rare that you go far in the competition because you're shit. So if you go far in the competition, it's normally because you're decent, and then you normally stay up. So Wigan being shit and then being the only team that got away with it. Do you know what I mean? Jekyll was a crazy scientist. Mr. Hyde was the alter ego, the real man, the real mean bastard. Bastard. Farker wants a good showing in the FA Cup. I like that Farker is up for the scrap. And you know it, Joe Peru can sniff a goal. What we want, mate. As a social worker, yes, just keeps Keep Leeds in your kids' minds. I'm going to start calling you Brett Leeds. Brett Leeds, yes, love it. Whatever suits. Yes, Brett Leeds. Thank you for tuning in, Brett Leeds. Appreciate you, Brett Leeds. Well, this is it. I'm there on Sunday, so I won't be thrashing nobody. I'll just be on. To be fair, I think it'll be an absolute lash up. With Conor Bradley, but he's definitely hurt himself there. And I would not normally that guy. I won't go in on the like he's hurt himself, but he hurt himself then. Then Martinelli can charge over fucking barging him about. Parker started naming his team for Derby. Darlow first on team sheet. I wonder who else plays. He'll put a second string team out, won't he? Of course, but no, they're not going anywhere. MVG. I'm awful with them, Once I get them, there's no stopping them. Flash. I think we have to stipulate natural baldness because there's too many bald players. Lots of African players just shave their heads. Steve Stone Cold Baldy Oldie. Steve Stone Cold Baldy. Who got clattered and Schmeichel nearly puked at the visual horror leg? I don't know about that, to be fair, but that's awful. Roberto hair loss, the Brazilian. Alopecia 11. David's just bust. I'm coming out, but no Sunderland shirt. You know it, Brett. Sunderland underneath then. And then we'll all wait for the reveal. There'll be like a big countdown for the big reveal. We could just do a mental top chopper, couldn't we? Mental hairdo. Like David Luiz, although Cooker really gets inside, and I don't want to put him in any side because I'm gonna think you're a fucking dick, mate. John Joe Shelby had alopecia. He fell down the stairs amongst other. Did he have alopecia, John Joe Shelby? Got to pick up the daughter from a mate's 18th birthday party. Was supposed to be a sleepover. Oh dear, get up, Mimi. Oh no, that ain't good, is it? What has there been? Is she having a wobble? 18th birthdays. She should just be riding it through though, Mimi. I'm not trying to have JT, but you know everything about an agenda, don't you? To be fair, big man. It's this thing that I've said about with keepers. They're nervous, they're shit in the pants, and what they do is they pretend they're not, and they like hold it out, and it's like, oh, I'll just stay on ball for an extra 5 seconds, and then everybody will think I'm relaxed. And it's like, no, just it's 3 seconds you want to do. I go, just stay on ball, and now clip it. They go, stay on ball, keep it relaxed, and then I'll just wait. Oh my God, there's somebody there. It's like, just stop trying to be too chill. Stop trying to be super chill. Just be chill. Relax, enjoy our safety. Another season at Prem. All leads out with 3 wins, sorted, sign of nature. Love it, mate. Perfect. So you reckon David Seaman was Samson then, Jack? Seaman used to spray like the word spunk. Seaman was susceptible to shots to his left, e.g. Gascoigne Cup semi-final and Bergkamp World Cup qualifier. Just susceptible, wasn't it? It's that ponytail. You can't have a ponytail like that and not be, and be as sort of broad as he is. I don't want the top corner saves. I don't want the top bin stuff, JT. I want the normal, standard, easy saves. If I look at it and I say, I reckon I could have saved that, even knowing I couldn't, you have to save that. The ones that I couldn't save that, even though I couldn't save any of them. The ones that I know, if I should be able to save, he has to save. I don't give a shit about the top bins ones. I never cared with Mez, with top bin ones. I never cared when he was shit and penalties and Like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? It's how many points is that going to get you, really? Many forget that John Lukic was in goal for all last division. Was Lukic good or not? Like, really good, or was Lukic a bit susceptible? Oh, I don't know if. Hey up. Fucking hell. That's rock hard, Steve Morrison, to be fair. Do you know, just to discuss Casilla, I think that was a good signing at the time, you know. Like, I honestly do. I think it set a bit of a tone for the club at the time in the championship. It was on the up, weren't we? And I know he was shit in the end, really, overall. I don't know how shit he was. He wasn't as shit as Mez was last year. He was very susceptible. It's hard to put Perry in that. Still can't say wild wad, to be fair. Weedwad. Weedwald. But yeah, Casilla was like a big signing. Real Madrid. I think he set a bit of a tone among the squad. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're actually onto something here. Like, we can attract some players. I don't know. I thought it was a good signing, that. But I actually, that's video worthy, Steve Morrison. I'm going to write that down because I actually think that's a genuinely good idea for a vid. Rank, Weidman, BFG, Casilla, Mez, and Perry. I actually think that's really difficult because obviously we're not. I know I'm slagging Perry off, but we've not seen a great deal of him. Perry's problem is he's more inclined to punch, parry the ball rather than catch it 8% of the time. It's these throws that do my head in. Two things can be true at once, and you know it, War Piglet. You live and you learn, you know it. Smash those likes, and you know it. If you don't smash them likes, what are you, War Piglet? We might know a lot more about end of Jan if we go along at just over 1 point per game and West Ham keep losing and drawing. It could be over. I can't believe we're all talking like this. It's fucking mental to me. It's too exciting. Honestly, if we had the money, we'd make Jack give birth. Never mind jump. Me. I'll comment a day, I think that me. BMG, I think Perry has looked okay under the high ball. It's his indecision that's he does not come and command anything. If he went for an all you can eat breakfast, he would not demand anything more than one of each. Brett 8933. I don't know why I said all the letters out, all the numbers out there, Brett. Apologies. I think West Ham needs to sign another 4 players to have any chance of picking up. And it does take time, doesn't it? It does take time for him to get into the squad and stuff, so I can't see it happening. But not many seem to be on board with it, but give a cup run. Jones, Clark, goal. Come on for the cup run. Bust. Darlow, Justin Bornal, Beal, Byram, Gruev, Ampadu, Tanaka, Nonto, Metcher, Okafor. Perfect. Shame on Justin there. Justin's had quite a big workload, but you've got to keep a few of them in fairness. Like, that's why you've kept Ampadu in there, Steve. Gruev to some extent, obviously, he's been playing. I think if Longstaff can get back in, he'll be in there. But that's mint in it, really. I just worry a bit with Justin there. Beal, I think you could keep in. I like it, Steve. I'm liking it, Steve. I'm into it. Technically not bald, but it was great. In the Goonies was in Darwin, you know it. David Buss was the Coventry player who suffered a hideous broken leg in the goalmouth scramble versus Scum. Schmeichel nearly fainted. Right, I only messing with the bust because every time I see bust, that is bust. But I'm gonna Google it because I actually was gonna Google it, but I ain't Googling that. If that twat fainted, don't tell his son. John Joe Chever was under the cosh. He's an interesting dude with a monochrome of I've only seen clips of that modicum of integrity. I've only seen clips of it. Take it easy, Mingy. Take it easy, Mingy. I know, I was just talking about SST. It's a madness, isn't it? Proper mental, that. West Ham have just splashed 40-odd million on 2 strikers, but I don't think that saves them. I agree, BMG. The best you can hope for is to have a decent team and have depth like we hopefully will. You just got to be strong overall, haven't you? It's not about just getting in. You know, obviously the one player can make a huge difference, but they're so bad that it's, you know, is there any coming back from it? Lukic had some nightmares, to be fair. I know that's what I thought, to be fair, a bit vulnerable, but I don't know if he were mint overall. Like, was he good overall? Min getting the love he deserves. Lukic was good. He played for Arsenal. Lukic was good until the year after we won the league. Then he fell off a cliff and was shit. Yeah, see, might be where I'm in, you see, BMG. Keepers are normally different breed. Perry isn't. Min getting the love he deserves. One of them strikers, Pablo, is struggling for fitness. And the other didn't look great. I mean, 4 players on the top. Yeah, you know, it's a fucking morgue in it at a minute. Just drove past Church Boys, geared up, Love Ellen Road. Yes, me. On your way past my gaff, more or less. Yes, Mark Bradley, what's good, brother? Mingy, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it's take a hell of a player to bring in. One player to stop the rot there. You love an agenda, JT. I've learnt my agenda ways off you. I don't know. I don't want to say too much about West Ham because, yeah, I don't want to risk it. Min getting the love he deserves. Trouble is, which goalie makes no mistakes and how much does he cost? We don't need it. Just fucking get Darlow in. He'll make a couple of mistakes to end the season. I think Perry's making loads. Jack don't like Nando's with Perry. It used to be a Nando's man. And that fucking lurch signed. Come on, JT. If we get 15 points, West Ham need 28. That is a mad statement, isn't it, Mark Bradley? Lukic was very good at 78 RPM. The sad thing is that Mez was really good in RPM. I know. He was good, obviously, at the end of the championship when we went up. We thought we had a hell of a keeper on his hands, but was it Perry's agent who did Perry's show reel and sent it back up to 100? Them show reels, you could make a chihuahua look good in net, couldn't you, with them show reels? It's a fucking total waste of time. And you know it. We could do with a better bench for I can't trust him. To be fair though, Mark, he's used majority of his he's used everybody, hasn't he? Used the whole squad. We have indeed, to some extent, Mark Edison. Yeah, we've had a RIP for Terry Yorath. Can't say his second name, but yes, BMG. I'll try get on me. I'll try get on me Facebook, dude. I'll check it out. I'll log on. I'm doing one as well, guys. By the way, I need to piss, and I feel like shit. I'm knackered. Take it easy, Brett. Cheers, brother. Has Byron gotten injured? Has he? You're not 80, Mark Bradley. Behave yourself. Scott Carson, you know it. You know it. Hit them likes, JT, on your way out, guys. Shout out to every which one of you. Shout outs for the super chats. Super chat, legendary MVG 123. Nobody do it how he does it. Shout out to Ming for the super chat. Roller Blunt for handing out them memberships like he's Santa Claus. Pat Dunn for just popping in as he always does. Pat Dunn always pops in, does a super chat, and then he's out of here. Pat Dunn's a day daughter, though. He's absolute ledge. Roger Slicker for redeeming himself with the super chat. It was a joke. So thank you, guys. I proper appreciate it. Cheers, Joe Peru. Can sniff a goal. Appreciate you. Legendary MVG. Appreciate you. Mark Edison. Hope you're well, brother. JT. Hitting them likes. Oh, fucking Mark Bradley's arrived as well, hasn't he? Mark Bradley in. He's as bad as Enar in the wings. Shout out to Mark Bradley for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Enar, there he is in the wings. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers, Mark Bradley. I proper appreciate it, man. You're a madman. I appreciate every which one of those, you well know. Tell somebody to like, subscribe. Shout out to Roger Slicker. Clip me up, Bobby. Clip me up, Roger Slick. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm off to piss. I might have a bottle of beer and shout out to Mimi, Mama Mimi, Roller Blunt, Bob, who we've not seen Bob for a while, but yeah, hopefully she'll be back in action soon. Hopefully she'll get a comment. I'm gonna have to text Bob. Yes, Ass Ripper. Get Dave on. I know we're gonna get started. We're gonna up it this year. We're gonna see what Dave's saying. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Every which one of you. Yes, Dr. Curus in the shadows. It's coming for you. We've got Enar in the wings and we've got Dr. Curus in the shadows. You know it. Take it easy, everybody. Honestly, I appreciate you. So I'll do a shit vid tomorrow. And I might go live. I might see. It'll start while later. I'm not gonna promise all because fucking Roger Slicker comes with receipts to me when I promise something and don't provide it. And then I get a comment while I'm at work saying, didn't you say you're going live at 8 o'clock, you bastard? But we're going to try and make the lives, whenever they are, we're going to try and make them at 8 o'clock every time. So there's a bit of consistency. Badgers disassemble. You know it, Mimi. Appreciate you, everybody. In a bit. See you on the next one.
Boom.